This podcast is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. Visit the Tech Podcast Network at www.techpodcast.com. If it's tech, it's here. Welcome to Calcast, your Create International podcast. This is Gospel Gadget Podcast, episode 68. Welcome, listeners, to Gospel Gadget Podcast. We want to show you what God is doing in terms of using technology to spread the gospel message all over the world and especially cross-culturally towards unreached peoples. Greetings, Gospel Gadget Podcast listeners. We are excited to be bringing you a whole new series of episodes that relate to media for movements, very similar to what we've been talking about and sharing with you from God Network News. But in this series, we're going to be looking at the same people groups, the same movements, but looking at how technology and media are being used to enhance and spark and even accelerate movements.
Here in Tanzania, in the areas that I am living and working, I am working the most of the time in the remote areas. I mean, inside the bush.
Yeah.
Okay, I am living in a small town that is very easy for me. From this small town, I get my car, then I go to the villages. Understand? So when I go to the villages, here in Tanzania is about community. For example, if someone in one small village has one problem, the problem is not only of that person.
Right.
The community comes around and try to help or if they don't help, they try to give their opinion, to appoint or to condemn.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's
not
good.
only
Yes.
to help, but even to condemn. So
that's right.
Yeah. So then, sometimes people they gather very easy to solve things, to solve situations. Just one example. 3 months ago, I was in one village around 400 kilometers far from my house, far from the place I am living. So then one boy from the Maasai tribe, he beat one cow, and he beat the cow very much, so then the cow died, okay?
Oh, no.
So then, but that cow didn't belong to the family of that boy.
Uh-oh.
What happened? The owner of the cow, he knew which boy did that, so then they went to the house of the father, the boy's fathers, talked to the father. So then the boy's father said, okay, let's call the community and let's solve the problem. Maybe in America or in Brazil, it should be solved by 2 families only.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
No, I was there just looking and watching the situation. So then the community, more than 20 families. The head of the families, not all the families, but the head of the family, the chairman of the village, the people, they came, they sat down under the tree and they start to talk and to try to solve the problem. So then the community decided, the people decided that the father of the boy's father, should give back 3 cows to the owner of the previous cow that died.
Wow.
and he must give it. The boy's father, understand? He must pay it. If he doesn't pay, they will send him out of the village. So then if he goes out of the village, will be worse for him. They need to get another house. So it's a lot of troubles. So what I mean is, when we go to show Jesus film in one place, you don't show just for one family or just for one person.
Yeah, that's right.
The community, they come around. So to see, understand, what I am trying to do nowadays also is to talk face to face to different people, understand? And trying to encourage and training one by one. But even here in Africa, it's not easy something like this, because if you teach someone one thing, this person will tell another one, so then they will come together, they will say, okay, train us, not only myself. Anyway, it is very good, understand? But they are very community people.
Absolutely.
Decide to condemn.
Yeah.
So that's why I use we say cinema. We prepare the screen, the big screen.
All right. Yeah.
So then I use cinema very much. Understand?
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's why. But anyway, I think when I'm gonna move to Dar es Salaam is a town that has around more than 3 million people. It's a big town in Tanzania.
Yeah.
It's the biggest town in Tanzania. So then the life is different. It's more metropolis.
Right.
Understand? So people are, I think they are more, ahead. They are more civilized people. So then I believe that I will start to use media for movement more when I start to live in Dar es Salaam in town. Understand? In the villages, people, the most of them still has the old kind of phone, not smartphone.
Right, understand? The little feature phone. Yeah, feature phone.
And you know, the Chinese people, they are very smart to get money. They have made one big phone. This is my iPhone, okay, with the case. They are building a phone the same size, big, but it's not a smartphone, but it's like a radio.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
it's
really?
Like a radio has a touch that goes far away. Understand? If they drop it down, there is no problem because it's very strong.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
It's like a small block, cement block.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, you know what's interesting is I was talking to Pedro, and he said that the phone companies in Mozambique recently made a change where they have a small feature phone that they're making that you can buy. And if you get on this plan, you can use the phone all day long for less than 50 cents. Yes. And so I was talking to him about that. And, I said, oh, that's very interesting. Have you seen other people using different, we've been talking for a while about what people use. And he mentioned how he saw some young people using these Bluetooth speakers to listen to music and things like that. Well, on my call with him just a couple of days ago, he said, oh, Brother Calvin, I came up with this idea when I was praying. I felt like the Lord saying, I am supposed to take this small phone that's very cheap and combine with the Bluetooth speaker. And so he said, I started to do that just to test it out. I said, how much are these phones? He says, only $8 for one phone.
Yeah, it's true. Is it?
Yeah.
It's the same
and the Bluetooth speakers are $10. They actually cost a little bit more. So he says, but what we did is because of COVID, we couldn't go out in the bush everywhere, So some places were 100 kilometers, some 200 kilometers away. So we just sent with a guy to bring these phone and Bluetooth speakers to the different places where we have movement going. And he says, what I do is I take my movement leaders I've trained to do DBS, and they phone call the phone. And the people all sitting there around, and they hook the Bluetooth speaker up, and the brother from a distance leads them in DBS. Mm-hmm. Right there where they're at.
You're listening to Gospel Gadget Podcast. Visit our website at godnetworknews.com.
And because the speaker can receive through the phone, he can hear the people telling the story back. Maybe they read the scripture and the story, and then they tell the story back, and he can correct if they didn't do it quite right, and they do back and forth. Yeah. And they've also put on these phones the worship music that they have been recording. I talked to them before how to do some recording, and they recorded all these worship songs in Yao and put them on there. So they have the whole service going, and someone 100 kilometers away is actually helping to disciple. And he says, we're now wanting to start doing this in many places. So I said to him, how many of those phones do you need? And he says, well, maybe 50. I says, I'll raise the money for it. No problem. Yeah. That's easy thing. Yeah, so it's true. The reason why I mentioned that is because not just because of phones, but because this is media. Sometimes when people think of media, they think, oh, Hollywood film or something. But media can come in many different forms, and whatever is the best to use in that situation, that's cheap and available, and people can multiply and use. That's exactly what we want to encourage people.
Yeah, it's true. Let me show you something here. You know it very well, I think. Is the audio Bible, the small one. People from VOM, they are getting for me.
Okay, Mega Voice, probably.
Yes, Mega Voice.
Yeah, Mega Voice, yes.
Yes, they are getting for me many of these. The people from VOM, steel is expensive. It's the solar panel here.
Does it have a solar panel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Can you see? Yeah.
Yes, I can see now. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are expensive.
Yes, it's expensive. It's around 22, 23 US dollars for one.
Yeah.
So, but the people from VOM, they get for me many.
Wow, fantastic. Good.
And they are producing more. They told me they will give me more. They will pass more. I asked them around 2,000 of it.
Yeah, that's good.
This version here, there is the Maasai language inside. One side here, the green, you see the green side?
Yeah.
They can hear the Bible from Genesis till Revelation, okay?
Yeah, right.
But this yellow one, orange one color, is the Bible studies. What they do nowadays in the villages, in some villages, the horn speaker, the normal horn speakers. So they put this one here, the phone, they put and connect in the horn speaker. So then the teachings goes to the village.
Wow, that's great. That's amazing. That's really good.
This is something that is working very well. Something that also can work is if we have some podcasts, understand? Some short histories that we can put inside.
Yeah.
That is something that I was thinking. The problem
that would be great.
This one Mega Voice, it comes in a way that we cannot open. If we open it, we're gonna broke.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So then we cannot add anything else.
Right.
So then I was talking to the guys, if they can get some short podcasts, 5 minutes, 10 minutes stories inside and put it inside.
Yeah, that's a
Because
great idea.
sometimes the Bible study sometimes is long. Understand?
Yeah,
I was just thinking something about it.
that would be great. I have the old one. See, this is the old version of what you have. I don't know. It has these two buttons too, this one and this one, but it's the little bit older one than you have, and it has but these, what you've got is the price that you are quoting me. That price is actually subsidized. That's actually a price. The actual original price for this is $40.
Wow.
Yeah. So yours is being subsidized. There's also another ministry that's doing these. I don't know if you've seen this one. Have you seen this? Basically, this is an AM/FM radio and an audio Bible as well. Plus, you can put a USB here with other songs, other music, and other recordings, any other recordings that you make. And it's also solar powered, this one.
That is great. For us in Africa, is amazing.
And the other thing about this is, I don't have it. Oh, this one I don't have charged. This one I have charged. Here. Somebody just gave me a few of these. Here we go. You see?
Yes, that is great. Wonderful.
So, and that's even brighter one.
Yes,
even brighter. And brighter. So it's a light and AM/FM radio and a Bible, audio Bible, and you can add more things to this one. This one, I don't know too much about. I have to look into it because it was given to me free, a few of them. Someone left them behind. I don't know.
That is great.
Yeah. So, yeah, we have a few of these things. We're actually, the interesting thing is that this is made by a ministry called Faith Comes by Hearing. Have you heard of that ministry?
Yes.
And they contacted us about 2 weeks ago, and they said, "Oh, you guys are in charge of Creator International. We know about your films and things. We've had friendship with them before, but they said, we want to talk to you. We don't know exactly what they want to talk about, but we think that they may want us to help them in distributing these things and also other devices. So we'll see. But maybe I will be able to get some more things for you and for the other brothers working there if it's something that can be useful.
Yeah, it's good. Wonderful.
So that's that's really what we're wanting to encourage is how can media help DMM? How can it help movements to be enhanced, accelerate, and the work, be more fruitful? And so there's many different things that could be used, and some things are not good, some things are good. And so we asked Pedro, if you had a dream and anything that you could use that you thought the Yao people would really, really like and would help your work, what would it be? And he said, if I could have a short film that just tells the story about how some Yao people came to know Jesus and the miracles happened in their life or whatever. And it's all Yao actors and actresses and all in the Yao language and in the Yao village and all this. He says, I could really use something like that. So I said, well, after COVID, I think we can do that for you. But what we want to do is we want you to collect a few young people that have a desire to learn more about how they can use media inexpensive, even using their Chinese phone or whatever, and to make short little films that can be used in DMM work.
Yeah.
I said, we don't want to just come and do a project, but we want to come so that we can multiply ourselves into other Yao people so they can keep doing it more and more and more for their people.
It's
and he
true.
said, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. So I don't know when COVID will let us in, but we're planning to do that. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider donating to help us continue to bring exciting stories fresh from the field. Visit our website at godnetworknews.com and select the PayPal link on the right side of the page, or consider becoming a Patreon partner to receive access to more valuable materials exclusive to our members.